Hey guys, welcome back. It is the 17th of November 2024. Let's talk about it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me making 600 today within 7 years. And before we get into that, I usually stream my content. If you're interested in that, so you can see the actual work, please make sure to subscribe. All right, let's get into the daily stuff. So today in the morning, we worked on the Flex Soul project. Flex Soul project is about making a website in Next.js because I've never used Next.js. So I'm getting experience, and based on that, I'm working on certain stuff. I did get into an issue with the grid system because I'm mapping through certain constants, but it seems to have some bit of issues when it comes to the spacing. We try to figure it out. Also, a funny thing happened. I tried to implement the next form, uh, how do you call it? Next form. Well, basically, Next.js have some implementations of their own, optimized, such as linking, such as images, such as types. But it also has a new one in Next.js 15 form. So I tried to use that, but I realized I'm using Next.js 14 now because the newer version wasn't that good for my new front-end project that I'm currently practicing on. And so we scrapped that form and we're gonna make the form, we made the form in a different way. All right, so we only did 1 hour because yesterday was supposed to be a brainstorm day, but that is today. So let's talk about that. If you don't know what a brainstorm day is, basically it's adapting, calibrating, getting rid of stuff, adding stuff, things that do or do not work anymore. All right, let's get into the first thing. So I got a bit stuck when it comes to Anki when I'm doing it at work because work has been really busy, but I still want to do that and maintain that. So I'm not sure how to do it, but I realized that what I'm doing on the Anki is not as important that the vocabulary that I'm learning right now. So if I have it done maybe 3 or 4 times a week doing my job, then it's fine. Doesn't have to be a big deal. But after that, if I don't do that, then yeah, it might lead to some trouble. So sometimes it's not a big deal if I skip it. All right. So also updating the sheet. So I have the bias, cognitive bias sheet that I need to update. I need to update other repeating schedules sheet. But I realized some of the tasks that I do is I don't know, bi-weekly thing, or sometimes it's like a couple days in a week. So what I did is that I have a to-do list app, and there's a section called um, dailies, and you can adapt that into weeklies or monthlies or yearlies. That's basically how I implemented certain stuff. So certain stuff will I be doing in certain days. And I think that will solve the issue for now. Let's see if it works. All right, one of the things that I got stuck on, which was last week, is that when I have a free day, so I'm not working, I do my morning stuff, what I'm also was doing, but the evening stuff I kind of slacking. So I decided to do easier stuff in the evening, but not as much integration. So I don't want to get it too intense. Let me get used to it to also do a little bit more on certain free days. And sometimes I do not do that, but then I've specifically planned for it. All right. So we are creating our own blog with Framer, but we have to figure out when am I going to adapt the user cases or projects that I'm going to lay out. Because when someone clicks on one of my blog links, it links to the dynamic page that is made for it. But I want the content to be SEO friendly and also engaging. So that is what we have been working on. It also needs to be professional. Um, at a certain point, I'm gonna work it on stream, but after that, I'm gonna tailor it specifically for my needs, going for my current position, what I'm looking for. So if you're not familiar, let's talk about that. Basically, the goal of this year, or this year in quarter one of 2025 is to get a no-code developer, web producer, or a content editor job, and specifically because I need to learn CMS system really well, and I also want to learn marketing and sales for myself later on, because later on I'm going to start my own business. Then I want to be independent, and then we're going to scale up to 600 a day within 7 years. That's basically the layout. And I'm going to make a separate video about that, because I get one of the comments that said, hey, I'm not sure what you're doing. Even though I feel like I've been very specific, let me make an extra video for that. All right, the next one is, I saw this guy on YouTube that learns Japanese with immersion, with Anki, with those kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna try to reverse engineer his system, because there's a lot of technical stuff going on, and I try to figure it out within 15 minutes or so, but it seems like, let me see what I wrote down. There's a lot of specific things going on. I have to be very patient. So all of the content that I think I should mention, that I got it together, and I made a separate page in my Notion for that when the time is right, so I know where to find it. All right, the next one is building my resume. Yes, it is time to build my resume for the couple of months of what we have been working on. So we discovered a website which is open source. It's called Rexu.me, so resume with an X, and it's open source. It's free. It's a very cool builder for resumes, and definitely recommend that. But yeah, you can do whatever you like, right? But yeah, we made an iteration of it, and maybe I'm gonna make 3 versions, like web producer, no code developer, and content editor. But maybe I will not. Maybe it's gonna be one thing. The reason why I'm thinking of separation of concerns, having 3 resumes, is because if you get too much skills, they probably don't hire you or think they have to pay you more because you bring it on the table. And some gonna negotiate like, hey, we're hiring you, but we want you to use that skill for free. So that's something that you should consider when you are going for these jobs. So that's how I think about the separation of concerns. All right. So follow Habatica strictly. I have trouble with following the schedule strictly because sometimes I'm like, I already know it. That's what I said. I already know. I don't know what to do, and then I miss 1 or 2 things. And if I do the consistently missing 1 or 2 things, then it's not going to be included with my new routine of habits. So that was a bit of an issue. So I talked about this before. I have to be very specific on the details on what I'm doing, because we're programming, we're working, and we're learning the languages. So that's the 3 goals that we're specifically focusing on, not anything else at the moment. All right. So we haven't followed the Korean course for a while, but we did start a vocabulary, and I want to start it again. So we made a daily in our to-do list app that says today is when you're going to follow the Korean course. All right, the next thing that is, I want to rejuvenate or repeat the TypeScript and React basics again. Basics are very important and it gets you programming faster. Even though I might going for a different kind of job later on, I'm gonna also use AI tools or generating tools that enhance my programming speed by a lot. But I need to know and read fast when something is not quite right in the programming that is generated. So that the code that is generated. So that's why I'm also doing that. But we did it before. I kind of lost it again. Like I have some proficiency in some topics, but other topics I kind of forgot because I barely used them. But I wanna repeat that again. And after that, when it's repeated, then we're going to go to the next JS, obviously, and we're gonna go to libraries like GSAP or Frame in Motion. All right, the next one is HubSpot. So HubSpot is a CMS or CRM, depending on which person you talk about. And we also need to just follow the tutorial, and we're gonna probably do that on a free day, maybe tomorrow, maybe in another day, but it's planned in for, let me see, Wednesday. So let's maybe do that on Wednesday. All right, so the next thing that I need to work on is a framework for the AI project that I'm going to do, because now I'm making everything from scratch. But after I use all the technologies that I want to use for now, made from scratch, I want to not make it from scratch again. Why should I? I don't understand. We are making 600 within 7 years. We don't have that much of time to make everything from scratch. So that is what we're gonna work on. However, there are exceptions. If it's like a really custom website and the client is paying a lot, then maybe I will, even like without the libraries and frameworks help us, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about pre-made stuff already, not libraries like ChatCN or those kind of stuff. I'm specifically talking about code already written, like a boilerplate. So there's that. Let me see if there's anything else. Yes, we have a bias of today, which is the alternative path. So alternative blindness means when you focus on one particular thing that you really want, which is different from the shiny object syndrome, because that hops on focuses on what is new. It's just focusing on one particular thing, and you don't see other alternatives that may or be second best or may even be better, but not having that range of option that you think you will get. So I'm giving an example. Let's assume I want to buy an electric bike in Amsterdam, which are really popular, and I see, I don't know, a brand that is an A brand, and I see everyone biking in it, and I have some social proof. I'm like, yeah, this is great. I want to have that too. But there might be another one right at the corner that is brand, I call this brand B, that is just as good, maybe 50 euros cheaper and has better service even. But because of the social proof, I could be blind, or the swimmer's body illusion, right? I could be blind to that particular option, that I don't see the alternative option, which could lead to alternative blindness. So to counter that is to actually go into the metrics, not too specific on the metrics, but what are they catered to your needs, wants and needs? Are they catering to your risk assessment? Are they catering to the goal that you're going towards? Those are questions that you could ask yourself. So that is the alternative blindness. Let me see if we missed something, because there was a lot of talking about that. So let me see. Obviously, it's not loading like always, right? When things need to be done, then it always gets stage frightened. Like, let me see. Nah, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make 600 today in 7 years. And I will see you on to the next one.